Good afternoon, everybody. This is Carol from TopazMoon Design. Today I'm working on a bracelet that my sister gave me to remodel. And it was made with these fake glass pearls, and just show them the finish flaked off significantly. And I can see why she gave it. You can see it's flaking off in my hand. Why she gave it to me. And I cut off all the fake dangles, fake pearl dangles, and I'm remaking it with these beautiful topaz coloured glass beads from a different necklace that she gave me, and freshwater pearls. So larger size in the middle. It's a 3-strand chain style bracelet, and I've made significant progress on it. And as I was sitting here sipping my wine, here's cheers everybody, happy birthday to me for the other day, I thought upon myself, why not film it? I haven't done a jewelry video in a long time, and I have promised some friends that I would do that. So high quality costume jewelry, once it wears out a little bit, it kind of lends itself really well to redesigning, especially in cases like this where I couldn't possibly make a bracelet clasp like this because I'm not a jeweler. I'm a person who makes beaded jewelry. That's it. This has got a stamp on the inside, Yochi. I don't know that brand. I'm not familiar with it. But gee, it's a good quality chain bracelet. I mean, there's no tarnish on the gold metal chain. It's just a very stylish piece. And it was a stylish piece when Anne-Marie first bought it. I'm sure it looked fantastic, but as we saw on the fake pearl dangles, it had lost its pizzazz, I guess. So I'm going to make a few elements. So it's a wire wrapped loop style, which I have demonstrated before. I'm just going to check that I've got this in shot. I'm wearing my Ramones t-shirt. Yes, hey, shout out to all my friends in the USA. I'm coming to see you next year. Oh, I sounded like the niche lady singing. No singing, Kaz. No, apologies. So I wanted to shout out to my friends Sally in the DC area, Lisa in Chicago, Mel in Anchorage, Helena in Jersey City, and also a new Reddit friend who I haven't met face to face before, but I've shouted her out quite a few times, Cindy in South Jersey. I'm coming to see you guys next year. Yes, I am. Me and my sister Tess, and the excitement is off the air. Off the scale, I should say. All right, now I'm going to continue making this bracelet. Now, each previous pearl element had its own little jump ring. So all I did was cut off the dangles, and I've left the jump rings that they were held in place with. I've left them in situ because I'm using them. I'm attaching new dangles to existing jump rings. I do have to make sure that each one is closed securely because there is a little gap in some of them. Just put the light down there. I need to stand up and check the image on the camera, on the phone. It looks all right. Okay. Hopefully, because I can't edit videos yet. I know I've said this before, but I just don't know how to do it. I'm not a videographer, that's why. I'm a maker of jewelry, and I'm a very good cook. But video, no, that's not me. It's not my natural habitat, I'm afraid. But live and learn, hey? Live and learn. All right, the next element is a beautiful topaz coloured faceted bead. This came from, I think, a Kate Spade, was it, necklace? And it was on a chain, and it was intertwined. It had a satin ribbon through the chain links. and these beads, and they're really fabulous quality. They're almost, well, they're faceted like a Swarovski bead. Anyway, let's continue. So it's a very simple, the middle strand, I use these large pinkish coloured potato pearls. This strand I'm alternating with a topaz and a white freshwater pearl, topaz coloured bead, they're not actual topaz. And the third strand, I won't have enough of these, so I'll use up what I've got, but most of the third strand will be these pearls, which I've already placed on head pins. Okay, so I'll continue making good progress on this bracelet for the camera. And here we go. Here's our first one on camera. It's such a pretty bracelet. I thought, why not get the phone out and film it for my friends. And if anyone learns a bit about bending wire and making it look pretty with beads, then that's fabulous too. I'm not a teacher, I'm not an instructor, I don't claim any expertise at all. I just love making jewellery, and I have a lot of supplies to get through before my vision and manual dexterity disappears and I won't be able to continue for much longer. I've got a few years left in me. I've asked Anne-Marie, my sister, to get me some pearls when she goes to Hong Kong, but anyway, today I went to lunch with my friends in the city, and I thought I would look up a pearl supplier that I hadn't been to in a long time in the Dimmicks building in George Street. But he wasn't there anymore, but there was a company called the Sydney Pearl Centre. And she sold me the most fabulous string of pearls. They're loosely strung. Absolutely gorgeous. And I thought to myself, oh, it's cheaper than going to Hong Kong, that's for sure. I miss Hong Kong. I haven't been there since January 2019. And at the time I wasn't really, I had sort of reached a bit of a hiatus in my jewellery making adventures, and I didn't go to the pearl traders, or I didn't go to the markets where I normally would get such things, and I kick myself now, but that's always a reason to go back. There's three things that I really like in Hong Kong. The food, the shopping, in my case for beads and such, and horse racing. And the first time I went to Sha Tin, the race course in the New Territories, which means the mainland, not on Hong Kong Island, my jaw dropped. It was huge, such a huge place, and they really cater to people like me, punters, people who like horse racing. And all you really have to do to get into the members is show your passport and you're straight into the jockey club. And it's a fantastic atmosphere. It's huge. Honestly, I said this to my cousin, Marisa, shout out to you, my darling, if you're watching. Sha Tin makes Royal Randwick look like a sandpit. They also have another race course which I have not been to, and that's Happy Valley, and that's on the on the island of Hong Kong, and they have races there every Wednesday night. So that's what you do in Hong Kong for fun when you travel there. You go shopping, you eat some fabulous Cantonese cuisine, you go to the races. Now, you have to apologise. I have to apologise for my bad pronunciation, but I'm not a native Chinese speaker. I am an Aussie girl of European, Italian heritage, born in the Middle East. So my accent's a bit of all over the place. I used to have a British accent when I first arrived here because I went to a British school. Sham Shui Po is a district in Hong Kong, on the mainland side, Kowloon side they call it. And there's a street there called, I can't remember the name of the street, but it's known as Bead, Button and Lace Street. And when I first went there, I nearly lost my tiny mind. Everywhere I went, I was treated like a queen. Oh, come in, madam, sit down, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know it's business and everything, but 6 months later when I went back, they remembered me. I mean, it was really eye-opening, especially when I went to the races and I see how things could be, how things should be done in terms of hospitality for the punters and public transport. I mean, my friends Karen and Christian, who I went to lunch with today, they were telling me, when was it? Was it last year, Karen? You went to a concert at Homebush Bay. Was it, I'm going to say Guns N' Roses, Bums and Noses. And it took you 3 hours to get home. That's deplorable. I mean, that's just deplorable. Say just Guns N' Roses played at Sha Tin Racecourse, because it's like a big, huge area where Hong Kong is very highly built up. So I'm saying Sha Tin, or you could even say Happy Valley, to put the concert like that on and have many punters enjoying it. They would be home in half an hour max. So Sydney just really lets, in terms of touristy stuff, really lets things down, but we persevere. Anyway, hi Laura.
Hi.
I get very self-conscious if anyone hears me filming because I'm sitting here talking to myself. Hey. Anyway, this is the last dangle on this second chain, and there's one chain left to go. So I'm just going to continue for a little bit and then I'm going to stop, and I might come back and, I don't know how to edit, so I'll see how I go. Where was I? Hong Kong. Now I'm a bit conflicted about going back to Hong Kong. I don't like that it's being taken over by mainland Chinese people, and I don't like how the Communist Party of China is trying to impose its will on what is in essence what has been a democratic island for a long, long time. But the Communist Party of China doesn't like Asian democracies like Singapore and any other country in Asia with a democracy, i.e. most of them. China doesn't like to see them succeed, you know. Look at Japan, what a great country that is, you know, and Taiwan, ooh, don't bring up Taiwan to the average Chinese Communist Party member. Now, on this side, I have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 topaz beads, topaz coloured beads. And I don't have 9 left, but I have 2, 4, 6 left. So I'll use up more pearls and alternate. You get the picture. So it's starting to look quite stunning. I'll continue for a little bit. And we'll see how far we get, because it's a lot of work. These things don't make themselves, you know. All right, so I'm going to start off with pearls on this side. I might do 2 or 3 in a row and then integrate the, I believe there's 18 dangles, and then integrate the glass beads. Gosh, they are gorgeous, aren't they? I don't know where I could get beads like that from. They're not Swarovski. Maybe they are. They feel Swarovski-ish. Maybe they are. That's food for thought, because if they are Swarovski, then they'll be easy enough to get. I use bead suppliers, online bead suppliers from the US. Shipwreck Beads and Fire Mountain Gems are the two that I use most of the time. I occasionally buy bits and pieces. Like today I bought that string of pearls. But that was a wholesale price. I generally don't buy anything from retail bead shops unless it's an emergency. Okay. I sold 7 pieces of jewellery to a friend. Well, 7 individual pieces, but two were like necklace and earring sets. And I gave her, we call it mates rates in Australia, which means a discount for a friend. So she got about, I would have said, if I was selling that on Facebook Marketplace, about $180 worth of beautiful handmade jewellery made by me for $110. Shout out to you, Leslie. Thank you for buying my stuff. Oh, Leslie. She's not on social media. She probably doesn't have YouTube. I hope this video comes out okay. If not, doesn't matter. I've made significant progress on this bracelet, and I'm having a sip of wine every now and again. Here's another dangle complete. I might put another pearl before incorporating the glass bead. And it's starting to really look amazing. Gosh. I rang Anne-Marie yesterday. I said, remember that bracelet that had all the enamel flaking off the fake pearls? She said, yeah. I said, well, I'm remaking it and I think you're going to want it back. It's just gorgeous. If things turn out all right, I might go to Hong Kong for a couple of days, because my lodger Laura, who was going to go back to Colombia on the 27th, has changed her mind and is staying on here for a bit. So she is thinking of moving to Brisbane because she's got a cousin that lives up there. So she's going to stay here in Sydney in the interim until she decides what she wants to do, because her visa goes until December next year. So she's allowed to stay here, and she might as well take full advantage of that because her English is still rusty. It's good, but not exactly fluent. It's pretty good, but if she stays another year, it'll be fluent as. And if she stays here, and I won't have to get anyone to look after the house because she's fabulous. She'll look after the cats. She won't forget to feed them. She'll give them love and cuddles because they adore her. So I'm thinking about that. I wouldn't mind going to Hong Kong for a week. I want to go now, though. I don't think I can wait till February. The problem with Hong Kong is I can't get weed there. I smoke weed every day. a big admission to make on YouTube, isn't it? Anyhow, I'm going to pause